All right, class, canvas print time. Gonna go through the computer part and then try to walk through the rest of it too, the printing and the making your frame and putting it on there and all that stuff. So the first thing you want to do is make your canvas. The end product kind of looks like this right here. The finished dimensions are 14 long by 11 tall, but if you notice the sides, it actually gets wrapped around too, which is really important. So your canvas itself is going to be 16 inches by 13. Again, make sure you're in inches and your resolution is 300 and you're in RGB color, and you can hit create. And so the last project we learned these rulers, these guidelines here, and if you forgot, it's Control R to bring those up. And if you're seeing a bunch of bigger numbers there, you got to hit Control K and go into your preferences and change that to inches. But what we want to do is we want to drag a guideline 1 inch around the entire perimeter. So I'm just going to drag from the ruler and go to 1 inch. Then go to 15 and go to 1, then go down to 12. And the reason why that's important is it's essentially simulating in the center here what is actually going to be on the front and then what is going to be wrapped around the side. And why that is important is because if you are bringing in multiple pictures like I'm going to do, like for maybe a collage or an image and text or something along the lines of that, then you'll know that you don't want someone to get wrapped around the outside. And I'll show you what I mean by that in a second. Just find a couple pictures here to drag in. I have 3 of them. You want stuff going all the way to the very, very edge here. So for example, you wouldn't want white or just like a line to show right along here. So I'm gonna bring in this one. And this one. And this one. After I blend all these, I'd be able to tell really easily. So I'll do a really quick something here. Not gonna spend a lot of time on making it look perfect, but I will get on the right layer. And kind of something like this. Again, not perfect. I'd want to blend that up there too. But if I were to go like this and position a picture like that, it happens a lot when you have like 12, 13, multiple pictures on here. This is all getting wrapped around the top. So the head is going to be here, the eyes, but then the forehead and stuff is going to be wrapped around the top. So when you have it hanging on your wall, you're not going to be able to see that. Same with the whole side here, like this crappie's top part here is going to be wrapped around the side of the canvas. So you're only seeing what is inside of here, and the outside is what's getting wrapped. But again, like this white space right here, on the bottom, it's all going to be white, and it's going to be wrapped around white too. You don't want that. When it's hanging on a wall, you're going to want to see the sides in image. So that's it for setting up your canvas. And again, the black and white with color, you can refer back to that tutorial, image and text, or just general collaging of like 3, 4 plus pictures, probably more, is what we're looking for this. All right, I'm going to go over how to assemble a canvas print frame. So I have 2 long pieces of wood here, 1.5 by 14, and 2 shorter ones, 1.5 by 8. And what I need here is my staple gun, some wood glue, and some clamps. And what I'm going to do is assemble it like this. So the small ones go inside of the long ones. And I'm going to clamp that together on both sides and then staple the joints. First thing I'm going to do is take my short ones. I'm going to put just a little bit of wood glue on there to help hold it. And you can just use your finger to move it around. Once you're done, you don't need a ton. And if you put too much on, you can just use your finger and put it on the other side then. And I have that side. Going to the back. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to clamp, just kind of temporarily clamp them together. We used to use these corrugated grommets to pop in here and hammer them. With the glue and the staples, it's pretty comparable in time and to strength, and all the staples from the canvas are going to hold together very soon too. So I will kind of turn that so you can see it. So it is clamped and ready for staples. Hook up the staple gun. Pull this collar back. Push it on there. Let go. And now right where the two wood joints meet, I'm going to put 2. All right, once you have that done, you can take off your clamps. And now this one is ready to go. All right, so at this point I have a canvas print that is printed out. Notice the white border that I left around it. You want a good inch, maybe even a little more. This one over here is probably a little bit too narrow. It was just on the edge of the canvas when I printed it, so I didn't have a choice there. But you want that white space around there for wrapping it. What you're going to do is you are going to put the camera screen down. You are going to put the canvas ink side down, and you are going to put the wood frame on top of it, and you are going to fold over each edge and make sure that there's ink coverage on the back. So here I have it good. So what I can even do is I could take a pencil and I could do a little line right there in case I have to move it. I won't lose my spot. Now when I fold over, if I notice that there's too much on this side, I can just slide it over a little bit because you want it to be even all the way around. Once you have that, what you are going to do is you are going to start with one end, and for this part you do need safety glasses, and you are going to pull tight and make sure it's over there. You're going to put one staple on there. On the other side now, you are going to pull tight and you are going to fold up and go over and do the same exact thing. Same thing for the other sides. And what I'm doing is I'm kind of pulling out, going up, and I'm not taking off that tension. And putting the staple down. And I'll show you why that's important in a second. Once you have the 4 on there, flip it over and see if it's centered how you want it to. Make sure you have ink going all the way to the back on all of the sides. And if you don't, you only have to pull 4 staples instead of a bunch. So what you want to do for corners here is you want to see how it's kind of hanging over here. You really don't need that. You can just take them and cut straight across. But you do want to leave, you look at how much is actually from the ink to the top, about a good inch there. And depending on how much border you had, it's going to be more or less. But the concept behind the corners here is I'm going to pull out both sides with my thumb. And on one side, I'm going to fold over with one hand. And then with the same hand that I haven't let go on, I'm going to pull over the top. So that it goes on like that. I'm going to try to do it a little bit closer. So I have it loose like that. One side I'm going to try to crease over just like that. And I'm going to try to pull over the top. So that it's one seam right there. Where you see a lot of mistakes is students, they just kind of go like this and try to fold it over, and you see how they get that line right there. Try to show you one more time on a different corner. Take one finger, kind of pull the other side out flat, and fold it over, and take the other one and wrap it over the top. So you have one, the seam is even with the edge there. Now what you're going to do is put one staple there. You're going to go around and do the rest of them. And then once you are done with that, these sides can get one more each. So you can get one more there while you're pulling tight, one more there, one more there, one more there, one more here, 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 here. If you have a bunch of excess, you can always trim that. But because I did about an inch around when I started, I really didn't need that. And then when you're done, you are going to just take a picture of it. You can do a video. You want to show all the corners. So I'm going to want to grade that and the back. And then you can put that finished picture into Classroom.